Have you ever met someone in their late 70s or even 80s who just glows with life, brimming with energy, their eyes sparkling with clarity, and a laugh that fills the room? Meanwhile, others the same age seem weighed down by fatigue, forgetfulness, and frustration. Why is that? Is it just good genes, pure luck? Or could it be something much more intentional? Now, imagine this. You're 80, and instead of slowing down, you're stepping into the garden every morning with ease, keeping up with your great-grandkids during a sunny weekend picnic, and still slipping into those favorite jeans like it's nothing. You feel light, sharp, and genuinely happy, not because you escaped aging, but because you embraced it right. This isn't some dream. It's a real, reachable future. In this video, we're going to reveal 5 powerful habits, simple, research-backed changes that can turn your later years into your best years yet. These habits are drawn from the groundbreaking studies at Harvard, and together they could add more than a decade of vibrant living to your life. That's not just about living longer, it's about living better, with less risk of chronic diseases like heart conditions and diabetes, and more days filled with energy, clarity, and joy. You'll walk away with actionable tips you can start using today, insights that might shock even your doctor. And one final habit, habit number 5, that has the potential to completely shift how you view the years ahead. It's not hype, it's science, and it's already transforming lives. Stick with me until the end, and you'll hear the story of Harold, an 82-year-old from Oregon, who completely reinvented his health and happiness after one small daily change, something so simple, yet so impactful, it just might inspire your own breakthrough. So let's jump in. The vibrant, energized version of your future self is closer than you think. Before we begin, if you haven't yet subscribed, now's the perfect time. Tap that notification bell so you'll be first to see every new video. If this topic excites you, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need a little encouragement. It means the world to me. And hey, I'd love your input. Type 1 in the comments if you enjoy this kind of content, or 0 if you'd like something different. That way I can keep creating the best content for you. Let's begin. Your golden chapter starts right now. Now that we've set the stage for what's possible in your golden years, let's begin with the very first habit, the quiet powerhouse of longevity and vitality. Walking. Habit number 1, take regular walks. At first glance, it seems almost too simple. Just walking? Can something so ordinary really change your life? But here's the truth. Walking is one of the most underrated, yet most powerful habits you can cultivate after 60, 70, or even 80. It doesn't require expensive equipment, a complicated plan, or even a gym. Just you, your breath, and a pair of shoes. And yet, it can work miracles, physically, mentally, and emotionally. If you're already walking every day, even for just a few minutes, take a moment to appreciate yourself. Seriously, celebrate it. Because what you're doing might seem small, but it's anything but. You're nurturing your body in the gentlest, most sustainable way. You're giving your heart a rhythm, your lungs a reason to expand, and your spirit a moment to breathe. Every step you take is an act of presence, a soft reminder that you are here, still strong, still moving, still choosing life. And that matters more than most people realize. Let's break it down. When you walk, you aren't just moving your legs, you're stimulating circulation, encouraging oxygen to flow through your bloodstream, lubricating your joints, and firing up your brain. Harvard Medical School reports that regular walking, just 30 minutes a day, can reduce your risk of heart disease by nearly 40%. That's not just a statistic on a page. That's the possibility of living longer, with fewer pills and fewer hospital visits. It's the chance to enjoy your days with more energy and fewer limitations. But walking gives more than just physical results. There's something beautifully spiritual about it. When you walk, especially outside, it's as if the world starts speaking to you again. The rustle of trees, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the quiet hush of early morning air, it all reconnects you to something greater. And in that stillness, your mind begins to soften, the anxious thoughts ease, the to-do lists fade. You return to yourself. Have you ever gone for a walk in the middle of a tough day and come back feeling like a weight had been lifted? That's not a coincidence. That's your body and brain working together, flushing out stress hormones and releasing endorphins, the feel-good chemicals that naturally improve your mood. Walking is, quite literally, therapy without the office. It's freedom in motion. And if you haven't started walking yet, that's perfectly okay. Don't see it as a failure. See it as an open door, a fresh page. You don't have to begin with 10,000 steps. You don't have to hike up hills. Just open the door, step outside, and let your feet carry you, one gentle stride at a time. Begin with 5 minutes around the block, or even just to the mailbox and back. Let it become your ritual, your moving meditation. The beauty of walking is that it asks nothing of you except this: begin. You're never too old, too tired, or too late. The only wrong time to start is never. And here's a little tip. You don't have to go alone. Invite a loved one to join you. Maybe your spouse, a dear friend, a curious grandchild, or that neighbor you always wave to but never really talk with. Walking side by side often leads to the kinds of conversations we forget to make time for. No screens, no distractions, just shared steps and open hearts. Don't worry about speed. Don't worry about distance. Don't even worry about a destination. The goal is not to arrive somewhere. The goal is to feel alive along the way. Whether it's a stroll under the shade of trees, a walk along a garden path, or a quiet pace down your neighborhood street, the experience is what matters. Notice the way sunlight filters through the leaves, the cheerful chirping of birds, the cool breeze brushing your cheek. These are the details we often overlook, but walking helps us slow down enough to see them again. Leave your phone behind. Let this be your time to disconnect from the noise and reconnect with what truly matters. Because life isn't measured in years alone. It's measured in the moments we feel truly present, and walking gives us those moments in abundance. So ask yourself, what would it feel like to give yourself 15 minutes of peace every day, just to walk, just to breathe, just to be? That's not a luxury. That's a necessity, one that you absolutely deserve. Today could be the day it all begins. A new habit, a new chapter, a stronger heart, a clearer mind, and a spirit that feels just a little lighter than yesterday. So, take a deep breath, step outside, and begin your walk, not just through your neighborhood, but into the vibrant, healthy life that's been waiting for you all along. Now that we've stepped into the habit of walking, a quiet yet powerful act of movement and self-love, let's shift our focus inward to the next foundational pillar of healthy aging: what we choose to eat. Habit number 2, pay attention to your diet. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, drop a simple 1 in the comments. It lets me know you're still here with me, still invested in your own well-being, and that means the world. As we grow older, the importance of a mindful diet doesn't whisper, it shouts. It becomes less of a lifestyle suggestion and more of a biological necessity. While we may once have gotten away with skipped meals or late-night snacks, age makes us more sensitive to the quality of our fuel. The choices we make at the dinner table now echo far louder than they did in our 30s or 40s. But let's be honest, trying to eat right in this phase of life can sometimes feel like searching for your reading glasses while they're on your head. Confusing, frustrating, and often discouraging. With endless diets, labels, and rules thrown at us, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or even paralyzed. But here's the beautiful truth. Eating well doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't require perfection. It just requires intention. Food is fuel, but it's also medicine. And as the body matures, every bite either builds you up or slowly breaks you down. A thoughtful diet won't just help you live longer, it'll help you live better, with clearer thinking, more energy, fewer aches, more joy. Imagine yourself at 80, feeling light on your feet, confidently zipping up your favorite jeans, not because you've deprived yourself, but because your body feels good. Picture keeping pace with your grandkids, laughing with them, rather than watching from the bench. That's what food can do when it's chosen well. It becomes your ally in living a rich, active, meaningful life. So, what does that look like in practice? Let's clear something up first. Healthy eating isn't about punishing yourself with bland salads or cutting out everything you enjoy. It's not a prison sentence, it's a celebration. A vibrant plate full of nourishing, real. Whole Foods is like giving your body a standing ovation. It says, I care about you. And start with nature's palate. Colorful vegetables like spinach, broccoli, carrots, and beets. Bite into crisp apples and juicy berries. Let your meals reflect the seasons. Reach for whole grains, quinoa, oats, brown rice that provide lasting energy. Add in lean proteins like grilled chicken, salmon, or plant-based options like lentils and beans. And never forget your healthy fats, avocados, walnuts, olive oil, each one nourishing your heart, your brain, and your skin from the inside out. Think of these foods as quiet guardians of your health, fighting inflammation, stabilizing blood sugar, protecting your memory, and giving you the glow that no skincare product can. On the flip side, there are foods that wear a friendly smile but carry hidden harm. Processed snacks, sugar-loaded cereals, salty convenience meals. They may promise ease and flavor, but they betray us in the long run with fatigue, joint pain, brain fog, and chronic illnesses like diabetes and high blood pressure. These aren't just bad habits. They're silent thieves stealing your energy, your comfort, and sometimes your independence. And your brain, it's especially vulnerable. That beautiful, complex organ that holds your memories, your creativity, your identity, it thrives on good food. A poor diet doesn't just affect your waistline, it chips away at your mental sharpness. But here's the silver lining. Eating better can reverse the damage. Research shows that a nutrient-rich diet can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's by up to 35%. That's not just a number, that's a second chance to hold on to your memories, your stories, your connections. Feed your brain like it matters, because it does. Add leafy greens like kale and arugula. Snack on blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries, bursting with antioxidants. Keep a bowl of walnuts or almonds nearby for heart-healthy fats. And don't forget fatty fish like salmon or sardines, rich in omega-3s that keep your mind agile and focused. But health doesn't stop at the brain, it starts in the gut. Your digestive system is more influential than most people realize. A sluggish gut can leave you feeling heavy, foggy, and fatigued. But a diet rich in fiber from oats, beans, carrots, Apples, with the peel still on, can restore that balance. Think of fiber as nature's broom, gently sweeping through your system and keeping everything flowing as it should. Without it, you might spend more time in the bathroom reflecting on the meaning of life than you'd like. And then there's hydration, the often forgotten secret to staying young. As we age, our sense of thirst weakens, but our need for water does not. Dehydration doesn't just dry your lips, it drains your energy, dulls your skin, and slows your organs. Water, herbal teas, broths, these are your inner elixirs. Swap out the sugary drinks and embrace fluids that hydrate, cleanse, and restore. So where do you begin? Don't aim for perfect, just aim for better. Choose one thing today. Maybe add a handful of spinach to your omelet, or swap white rice for brown. Replace that cookie with a few almonds. These tiny adjustments are like drops of water filling a bucket. Over time, they become a wave of transformation. You don't have to eat like a nutritionist. You just have to eat like someone who believes they're worth caring for. Because you are. Your golden years are not a time to wither. They're a time to thrive. And with each nourishing bite, you're not just feeding your body, you're reclaiming your vitality. So open that fridge with a new mindset. Choose what will love you back. Choose life. Choose energy. Choose clarity. Because you, my friend, are absolutely worth every nourishing bite. After nourishing your body with the right foods, there's another part of you that deserves just as much attention, your mind. Because just as a well-fed body moves with strength and ease, a well-fed mind carries you with clarity, creativity, and resilience. Habit number 3, continue being mentally active. Have you ever stopped to think about how powerful your mind truly is? We often focus so much on strengthening our bodies, walking more, eating better, staying mobile, but the truth is, our brains need just as much care, stimulation, and love. As we age, our physical world may slow down, but that doesn't mean our minds should fade with it. In fact, staying mentally active might be the most important habit of all. You've lived decades filled with learning, growth, and memory making. You've raised families, solved problems, navigated heartbreak, and celebrated victories. That richness, that legacy, lives inside your mind. So why not protect it? Why not keep it vibrant, sharp, and ready for the next adventure? Think of your brain like a garden. Left unattended, it can grow wild or wither. But when you care for it, watering it with curiosity, pruning it with discipline, planting seeds of new knowledge, it blooms in ways that surprise even you. Let me share the story of someone who truly embodies this idea. His name is Leonard, a retired engineer from Minnesota. Leonard spent most of his life working with numbers, solving equations, and designing structures. When he retired at 74, he looked forward to slowing down. But after a few quiet months, something unexpected happened. He began to forget small things, names, appointments, even how to use his home coffee machine. It rattled him. He missed feeling sharp. One afternoon, while visiting at his local library, Leonard stumbled upon a group of retirees in the community room. They were laughing over a heated game of Scrabble. At first, he hesitated. He hadn't played in years. But one of the women invited him to join, and that invitation, that simple act, opened a door. Leonard joined their weekly game nights. Then he started reading again. Mystery novels, historical biographies, even science magazines. Soon he was tackling puzzles every morning, learning Italian online in the evenings, and volunteering at a local tutoring center. His mind reignited like a long-lost flame. The forgetfulness eased. His spark returned, and with it came a new sense of purpose. You don't need to become a genius to keep your brain active. You just need to stay curious. That's the secret, Ikigai. So ask yourself, when was the last time you learned something new? Just for the joy of it. Start small. Read a book, not because you have to, but because the story draws you in. Whether it's a novel that whisks you off to another time or a non-fiction book that teaches you something you never knew. Reading is a workout for your mind. Even a few pages a day sharpens your thinking and keeps your brain young. Don't enjoy long reads? No problem. Try a newspaper article, a blog post, or a short story. The quality of what you've read matters far more than the quantity. Choose material that challenges you, makes you think, or sparks emotion. That's where real brain growth happens. Games are another fantastic way to stay mentally sharp. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, chess, memory games. Each one strengthens a different part of your cognitive ability. They're not just pastime, they're your brain's version of going to the gym. And best of all, they're fun. And here's a twist. Try learning something brand new, something that scares you a little. A new language, a musical instrument, a style of painting. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, the struggle of learning is what lights up your brain. Every time you push through confusion, your brain builds new neural connections, and that's the stuff of mental longevity. But brain health isn't just about books and puzzles. It's also deeply tied to connection. Talk to people, laugh with your friends, share stories, debate ideas. Whether it's over a cup of tea or through a phone call, conversations keep your mind flexible and open. Studies consistently show that people who engage socially have better memory, stronger cognitive function, and lower risk of dementia. So never underestimate the power of a good chat. And if you're still watching this video, comment below to let me know you're still on this journey with me. Your presence here already shows that your mind is open, alert, and ready for more. Want something quieter but equally powerful? Try mindfulness or meditation. Even just 5 minutes a day of focused breathing can clear mental fog, reduce stress hormones, and improve your ability to focus. Sit in stillness. Listen to your breath. Let the noise of the world fade and give your mind a much-needed break. You'll be amazed at how much sharper you feel afterward. What's beautiful about all of this is that you don't have to do everything at once. Just choose one small thing each day. A puzzle in the morning, a phone call to a friend, a few minutes of journaling or meditation at night. These small habits, repeated daily, will protect your brain like armor, keeping it vibrant and alive. Because here's the truth, a sharp mind is the key to independence, to joy, to connection, to living fully, not just existing. People who stay mentally active don't just remember better. They live with more confidence, more courage, and more capacity to keep growing, no matter their age. You've already accomplished so much in your life. You've earned this next chapter. So let's make it one filled with mental clarity, new ideas, and fresh experiences. Your mind is not done growing. Treat it like the treasure it is, and it will serve you well for many, many years to come. Now that we've explored the incredible power of keeping your mind active, let's turn to something just as essential: keeping your body strong. Habit number 4, do strength training. If you're already doing some form of strength training, even light resistance movements, in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, I want you to take a moment right now to acknowledge yourself. Truly, what you're doing isn't just exercise, it's a bold, beautiful act of self-preservation. It's your way of saying, I'm not giving up on my body, I'm showing up for it. Unfortunately, Far too many people still believe strength training is reserved for the young, the fit, or the gym-obsessed. You know the image: grunting, sweaty lifters chasing six-pack abs. But let's be clear, strength training is not about vanity, it's about vitality. It's not about building bulky muscles, it's about preserving your freedom, your independence, and your dignity. Here's the truth: as we age, our muscle mass naturally declines in a process called sarcopenia. That's why everyday tasks, lifting groceries, climbing stairs, or even getting up from a chair, can begin to feel heavier and harder. But the good news? You can fight back. You can slow it down. And yes, you can even reverse it. Strength training is your shield, your tool for staying capable, confident, and full of life. Imagine being 85 and still carrying your own bags, walking without assistance, getting up from the floor without help. That's not a fantasy. That's possible, and strength training is how you get there. Let me tell you about someone I deeply admire, Elaine, an 82-year-old grandmother from New Mexico. A few years ago, Elaine noticed her energy fading. She could no longer carry her gardening tools, struggled to stand from her favorite armchair, and started avoiding outings she once loved. I felt like I was watching life from behind a glass wall. She told me, wow. Then one day, a friend invited her to a local senior fitness class that included light resistance training. At first, Elaine laughed it off. What am I going to do, lift weights at my age? But curiosity won. She showed up, picked up 2 tiny hand weights, and followed along. Slow squats using a chair, small bicep curls, gentle core movements. The first week? Tough. Her arms ached. Her balance wobbled. But she didn't give up. A month later, something magical happened. Elaine stood up from the couch without needing to push off the armrest. She carried her watering can again, and her favorite part, she could dance with her grandson at his birthday party without feeling breathless or afraid of falling. That's what strength training does. It doesn't just rebuild muscles, it rebuilds confidence. Elaine wasn't just stronger, she felt alive again. And now she leads a group walk every Wednesday and encourages her friends to join her strength sessions. What began as a hesitant experiment turned into her personal renaissance. So, what exactly are the benefits of strength training? Let's break it down. It protects your bones. As you age, your bones lose density. That means greater risk of fractures. But lifting, even light weights, stimulates bone growth and reinforces your skeletal strength. It improves your balance. Strong legs and core muscles help prevent falls, one of the most serious threats to independence in older adults. With better balance, you walk taller, steadier, and more confidently. It supports your joints, strengthening the muscles around your knees, hips, and shoulders reduces joint stress, making movement easier and less painful. It keeps you independent. Whether it's opening a arm, climbing stairs, or picking up your grandchild's Jumahao, these are things you can keep doing well into your 80s and 90s with the help of regular strength training. And guess what? You don't need fancy gym equipment or a personal trainer. You can start right at home. Try these. Body weight squats using a chair for support, perfect for leg and glute strength. Wall push-ups to strengthen arms and chest. Bicep curls with light dumbbells or water bottles. Standing side leg lifts to target hips and improve balance. Core exercises like seated knee lifts or modified planks using the wall. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day, a few times per week, can make a dramatic difference. You'll move better, you'll feel stronger, and you'll reclaim abilities you thought were slipping away. Start small, maybe 5 reps today, and then 7 next week. Focus on form, not speed, Consistency will take you farther than intensity ever could. And if you have medical concerns like arthritis or a heart condition, that's okay. Just speak to your doctor before beginning. There are always modified options, and movement is almost always possible with the right approach. Remember, every rep you complete is a vote for your future self, a step toward maintaining control over your body, your choices, and your life. And here's something that might surprise you. Strength training also lifts your mood. It boosts endorphins, reduces anxiety, and helps you sleep better. It isn't just a workout, it's a whole body, whole mind investment. So why not start today? Maybe you just stand up and sit down from a chair 5 times. Maybe you lift 2 soup cans while watching TV. However you begin, just begin. Because strength isn't about lifting heavy weights. It's about lifting yourself back into a life of freedom. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to feel proud. You deserve to know, deep in your bones, that you are not done yet. After building a strong body and resilient mindset, there's one more pillar to longevity that's just as vital: the strength of your social connections. Because no matter how sharp your mind is or how fit your body feels, life without meaningful connection can slowly lose its color. Habit number 5, keep your social ties strong. As we grow older, one of the most underestimated yet deeply life-giving habits we can embrace is nurturing our relationships. Whether it's your spouse, your siblings, your lifelong friends, or even a neighbor down the street, these connections are not just pleasant additions to life. They are lifelines. They are medicine for the soul. It's easy to overlook this need. After all, as we age, people move, friendships shift, loved ones pass, and sometimes the world feels a little quieter. But the silence of disconnection can slowly become a heavy weight. Loneliness doesn't always announce itself loudly. It creeps in gently, disguising itself as "I'm fine" or "I just need a little rest." And then, before we know it, it wraps around us like fog, blurring our energy, stealing our spark. But here's what we must remember. We are social creatures. Connection is written into our DNA. It keeps our hearts open, our minds alert, and our lives meaningful. Studies show that loneliness can be just as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yes, 15. Wow. It increases the risk of heart disease, depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. It's not just an emotional wound, it leaves real, measurable marks on our health. But here's the beautiful truth. Just as isolation weakens us, connection heals us. Let me tell you about Margaret, an 83-year-old widow from Vermont. After her husband passed, her once joyful home became unbearably quiet. Mornings once shared over warm tea and conversation became still. She stopped going to church, skipped her weekly knitting group, and spent more time staring out the window than living. "I felt invisible then," she said. But one chilly autumn afternoon, as Margaret rocked gently on her front porch, she heard laughter, light and youthful, from across the street. Her neighbors had gathered for a backyard picnic. Children ran, elders chatted, music played softly. Margaret watched quietly. Then, something simple yet powerful happened. A young woman from the group waved and called out, "Would you like to join us?" That one gesture, a wave, a smile, a moment of inclusion, changed everything. Margaret walked over, slowly at first, hesitant, unsure, but what followed was extraordinary. She was welcomed, listened to, embraced. Within a week, she was invited to a book club. Then she started helping out at the local food pantry. Eventually, she joined a walking group. Day by day, moment by moment, her life began to blossom again. She didn't need therapy. She needed people. And if you're still watching this video first, thank you, and please comment 3 below so I know you're here, still walking this journey with me. Your presence matters, and your story, like Margaret's, is still unfolding. So how can you stay connected? Start small, a phone call to an old friend, a lunch date with a cousin, a wave and a chat with your neighbor. These aren't just pleasantries. They're powerful steps toward better health. A simple conversation can brighten your mood, boost your immunity, and sharpen your mental. Shared laughter can reduce stress hormones. A heartfelt chat can reduce blood pressure. And don't forget, connection doesn't have to mean large crowds. It's not about being social all the time. It's about meaningful engagement, quality over quantity. If in-person gatherings feel challenging, explore digital options. A weekly video call with grandkids, a Facebook group around a hobby you love, a short email to an old colleague, even writing letters. Yes, good old-fashioned letters can reignite the warmth of connection. Want something new? Join a gardening club, attend a local art workshop, or volunteer for a cause close to your heart. These environments are naturally welcoming and give you something to look forward to each week. You'll find kindred spirits. And even if you're shy or reserved, remember, connection is about showing up, not being perfect. These relationships will do more than fill your calendar. They'll fill your heart. Because being seen, heard, and valued doesn't fade in importance with age. If anything, it becomes even more sacred. And here's the science to back it up. Older adults with strong social ties are up to 50% more likely to live longer than those who are isolated. That's not a coincidence. That's the power of community. The gift of shared time. Take a moment and reflect. When was the last time you reached out just to say, "I've been thinking about you"? When was the last time you invited someone over or allowed yourself to accept an invitation? These little moments of courage, of reaching out, are the bricks that build a foundation of joy. Even the smallest acts matter. A smile to the cashier, a kind word to a stranger. These ripple out. They don't just change your day, they change theirs. And as we close today's video, I wanted to leave you with this. Staying connected isn't just a recommendation, it's a necessity. It is one of the most powerful ways to stay mentally sharp, emotionally grounded, physically healthy, and spiritually fulfilled. You are not meant to walk through life alone. You're meant to share it, to laugh, to listen, to be embraced and to embrace others. These are the moments that give our lives depth and beauty. So tell me, what's one small action you'll take this week to reconnect with someone you care about? I'd love to hear your answer in the comments below. And if this video inspired you or gave you something to think about, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone you love, and subscribe to this channel so you never miss a video that helps you live longer, love deeper, and age with joy. Until next time, remember this: the people around you are not distractions from life. They are life, though. So nurture those connections, because in doing so, you breathe more life into your years and more meaning into every single day. So as we wrap up today's journey through these life-changing habits, remember this: aging well isn't about fighting time. It's about embracing it with wisdom, intention, and grace. Every walk you take, every healthy meal you choose, every book you read, every squat you complete, and every hand you reach for, it all adds up. These small decisions aren't just habits. They're investments in your future self. You are not too old. It is not too late. The best years of your life aren't behind you. They're still being written. And you get to shape how that story unfolds. If this message spoke to you today, I want to hear from you. What's one habit from this video that you're going to focus on this week? Drop it in the comments below. Let's create a space where we inspire each other to keep moving forward, stronger, healthier, and more connected than ever. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend or loved one who might need a little encouragement right now. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss a new video full of insight, support, and practical steps for living your best life, one day, one habit at a time. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care of your body, nourish your mind, and most of all, stay connected to what truly matters.